Hello and welcome. Today we're going to have a dialogue about the 10th Jamaica Diaspora Conference on Fresh FM Radio London, and we'll be rebroadcasting all week. I'm really pleased to welcome Dr. Kevin Brown. And just to give you a quick overview, the 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference will be held the 16th to the 19th of June at Montego Bay Convention Centre under the theme United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity and Youth Development. It welcomes Jamaicans from around the globe to a significant homecoming. The conference is organised by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade and remains a signature event in Jamaica's effort to engage with Jamaicans around the globe and encourage their involvement in shaping the island's future. This is convened for the first time in person after 5 years. This event is being positioned as a homecoming and also marks 20 years of diaspora engagement, and the conference milestone is the 10th staging. The conference will be a celebration of shared heritage and an opportunity to reconnect, re-engage, and co-create new pathways for Jamaica's transformation under the theme. The agenda has been shaped to encourage a focused exploration of key pathways to Jamaica's development. Dr. Kevin Brown, welcome to you.
Thank you.
And we look forward to your involvement in this conference and your overview.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Rudy, for that introduction. It's good to see you. It's been a while. I have the honor and privilege of being the chair of the committee that looks at the program and content for this 10th Diaspora Conference, which will be held in Jamaica in Montego Bay. And as you said, it is a homecoming because of COVID. The last conference we had was online. But this year we're back in person, and we're encouraging all members of the diaspora to come to Jamaica, come to Montego Bay, because we have a very wholesome and fulfilling diaspora program covering all the topics that matter to the diaspora. Now, I am one of Jamaica's newest returning residents. For the last 23 years, I actually was in the UK with you, Rudy, and we're good friends. And so until recently, to be precise, last year September, I was in the UK, but I'm now back here, serving Jamaica as the president of the University of Technology in Kingston. This university is one of Jamaica's largest public institutions, and we have around 12,000 students and offer over 100 programs, diplomas and degrees, as well as postgraduate masters and PhDs as well. And so it's a privilege for me to be able to come back. It's part of the whole brain gain, right? Because we often talk about brain drain, where lots of Jamaicans migrate each year to a range of countries, primarily the United States, Canada, and the UK. And a lot of these Jamaicans are professionals, and so we have a loss in our intellectual capacity. But what is happening now is that there's Jamaicans coming back like myself to also contribute to society. So I am not a stranger to the diaspora. That's the first thing to emphasize. And while I was in the UK, I was part of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council as the UK North representative, advising the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade on diaspora issues. And I've done that for many years. But as it relates to the conference, Rudy, I've always been involved in conferences and organizing conferences This year we want to do something really special, not only in terms of having a conference in Montego Bay, but also in terms of ensuring that we have a program, and the format of the program is such that every delegate will feel like they had an opportunity to participate. So the first thing to say before I even go into the different themes and sessions is that the format of the conference will be one based around dialogue. So all the main plenary sessions will be based on a panel and a moderator, and then there will be questions and answers between the panel and the moderator. But then in short order, we will open up the conversation to the audience. So everyone will get a chance to ask their questions, make their comments. We're going to involve the audience in the discussions. So you won't find sessions where people are giving big speeches or big presentations, because we know that the diaspora have given us feedback from previous conferences that they want the opportunity to participate in the conversation. So this conference, yeah, man, they want to get involved. Absolutely, Rudy. So this conference is built like that. All the major sessions, doesn't matter if we have a minister on the panel or whoever, they will take questions from the audience, and that's going to be a key feature, right? And then besides the conference program, as with all conferences, we will have a big marketplace. I mean, the marketplace is sold out. We have companies both based in Jamaica, but we also have a few diaspora companies as well who will be showcasing their products and services in the marketplace, right? And that's always a vibrant place. And actually, a lot of people benefit from the government agencies being able to provide services at the conference. So, for example, passport office will be there, and you'll be able to renew your passports and to deal with certain issues around your citizenship. And everybody in the diaspora should ensure that they claim their Jamaican citizenship, right? Claim it. It's yours, whether you were born overseas or not. Claim your citizenship, get your Jamaican passport, right? So you can do that at the conference.
Government at your service.
Absolutely, right.
Yeah.
So government at your service will have a range of agencies, including the passport, immigration, and so on. You will have, I believe, the RDG, the Registrar General's Department. So for birth certificates and so on, land agencies should be there, a whole range of them, right? Jumper for sure. If you're interested in business and investment, they will be there. So it will be a one-stop shop for government services as well, in addition to the other companies that will be there showcasing their products. But the one thing I like about the diaspora conferences over the years is that it creates an opportunity for you to speak directly to government ministers, and heads of government departments and agencies, and the movers and shakers of private industry in Jamaica, because they're all there, right? They're all there. The Prime Minister will be at the conference, and a list of ministers will be there, and they will be available. They tend to stick around and interact with the delegates as well. So this is the one opportunity you get. If you had a burning question for a government minister, this is your chance to turn up to the conference and ask them as well, right? So what I want to do, Rudy, is just quickly go through what will we be discussing, right? Because for the diaspora to come all the way, especially from the UK, we want to make it a worthwhile experience in terms of the content, right? Giving it that content.
And also, of course, we must think about those who are there on business, leisure, for family reasons, that they could take this opportunity of the 3 days, 3 or 4 days between the 16th and 20th of June to get involved and to network and to meet people. Absolutely.
So in fact, before I even go into the conference, let me just talk about, because the conference is quite close. So let me just talk about how to join the conference. There is a registration fee, and I believe the early bird tickets are still available. So the fee at the moment is $160 for all 3 days. So one-off gets you, covers all 3 days, or $75 per day. And you know, some people might be asking, well, why are we charging a fee? I mean, it's quite typical of conferences to charge a fee. This is a very minimal fee, but I can tell you the cost of putting on a conference is significant, right? And these registration fees will not cover the cost. So this is just to complement, you know, the other incomes that we need to raise from sponsors and so on. But we do ask the diaspora to chip in with the registration fee just to help support us with the costs, to help the government with the costs. So they've pretty much kept the rate at what it was for 2019. So they haven't increased the conference fees for 2024. It's still the same. In terms of airlines, if you're in Canada, I think we've negotiated a 10 to 18% discount for Air Canada, right? So there's a promo code that automatically reduces the cost of the ticket, and that is available once you register for the conference. You'll get that. There are 3 partner hotels that you can use that are offering special rates. These are Iberia Star Resort, Ocean Coral Springs, and Ocean Eden Bay, right? But of course, Jamaica has many hotels. You can even use Airbnb, which is a very popular option these days. So you don't have to stay in the conference hotels. But if you do, there are special rates on offer at these 3 resorts. And we will be providing ground transportation. So there'll be shuttles from these hotels to the conference. And I think that's the advantage with staying in a conference hotel, is that you will get access to a shuttle that will take a free shuttle, no cost to you, to get you from the hotel to the conference. Which the conference, by the way, is being held at the Montego Bay Conference Center, right? And for more details, you can go to Diaspora Conference JA, all one word, Diaspora Conference JA .eventbrite.com, Diaspora Conference JA.eventbrite.com, or go to Eventbrite and type in Diaspora Conference Jamaica, and you'll get the registration details there, and you register there as well. So let me go into the program. You know, why should you come to the conference? And what will we talk about? So on the Sunday of the 16th, we will start with a church service, a Thanksgiving service for the Jamaica diaspora. This will be at the Bethel Baptist Church in Montego Bay, St. James. And there'll be a shuttle service from the resort hotels, the conference hotels, to take you to the church. And then in the evening, we will have a welcome reception. And so you'll have remarks from our conference chairman, Mr. Courtney Campbell, who is also the president and chief executive of the VM group, right? And we'll also have other representatives speak, such as the CEOs from Grace Kennedy Group and Jamaica National Group. And then from the government, we will hear from Senator the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, who's the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. So that's on the Sunday, right, where we'll have a little reception and a welcome reception, and that reception will be at 6 p.m. in the evening. Throughout the day in the afternoon, we will be having registration. So for those who haven't registered online fully, you can come for registration on the Sunday at the Montego Bay Convention Center, and you can pick up your lanyard and so on as well if you want to do all of that on the Sunday. The real business starts on Monday, where we will cover a range of themes, right? And because of time, I won't go into the details, but I'm going to give you a taste of what we will be touching on for each day. For Monday, we will be talking about investment and business, right? Jamaica is open for business, right? So we don't just want the diaspora to think, okay, well, you know, all we're interested in is remittances. No. We want you to see Jamaica as an investment opportunity, right? And this is investment across the board, whether it is in the service industry, manufacturing industry, or otherwise, right? And JAMPRO is there to support you. And so we will have a panel discussion with Senator Honorable Albin Hill. He's the Minister for Industry, Investment, and Commerce. He'll be joined by other distinguished business leaders, including the chief executives from VM Group and also from Grace. And we have a special guest in the form of Mr. Winthrop Wellington, or Throp, as he's also known, who is a member of the diaspora who returned home and now has his own business in Jamaica, right? So you'll hear from him what it's like to do business in Jamaica. He's actually moved home and has his own resort in Negril.
Negril.
Yeah. Then we'll have a riverside chat with Chef Winford Patrick Simpson, because what we're going to do here is flip the script now and say, okay, well, we start out by talking about doing business in Jamaica, but we also know that the diaspora does business overseas, right? There are many diasporans who are successful entrepreneurs, right? And so Chef Winford Patrick Simpson, who is the owner and CEO of Simpson Restaurant and Bar in New York, will be doing a one-to-one chat, a riverside chat, interviewed by Mr. Sean Anthony Brown from the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, who's a sector lead for commerce on the council. And he'll be talking to Chef Winford Patrick Simpson about what does it take to have a successful business in the diaspora, right? So that's going to be interesting to listen to. Then we will talk about the roles of Jamaican missions and diaspora communities in supporting and sustaining our Jamaicans overseas. So this is going to be a plenary session on Monday morning. And so we will hear from Minister Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, along with Her Excellency R.J. Marks, who's the ambassador for Jamaica to the US. We'll also hear from a number of other key panelists, and they'll just be talking about how the missions, the Jamaican missions, consulates, high commissions, and embassies can help to support Jamaicans in the diaspora, right? Because we know that the diaspora needs support from time to time with a range of issues. And then we will continue the conversation in the afternoon with a series of concurrent sessions looking at investment. So if you want to get involved in investing in Jamaica Stock Exchange, we have a session that speaks to that. If you're interested in the whole capital market and investment scene, we have a session during the lunch break on Monday to talk about that. If that's your thing, then we'll discuss that. And then further in the afternoon, we will have Riverside chats again, touching on a range of opportunities that will be shared with you regarding investment and education. But the main plenary session that you won't want to miss on Monday afternoon is to deal with citizen security. Just before we have that plenary session, though, we have a treat for you, because we will have a one-to-one conversation with the new Commissioner of Police, brand new Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake, who will be doing a one-to-one conversation talking about his journey into that position as commissioner, and what is his vision for making Jamaica a safe country, right? What is his vision for crime fighting in Jamaica? And after we speak to him, we will have the plenary session where we will have several members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force who will be talking about crime fighting and how the security forces can work in partnership with the diaspora to improve our crime fighting capabilities in Jamaica. So they'll be telling you about what they plan to do and how they can work with the diaspora. So that's going to be, I'm sure that's going to be a popular session, because there's lots of concerns in the diaspora and on the island of Jamaica around security and safety, right? And what we want is a peaceful Jamaica. And so the day will end with a few more plenary sessions, and finally we will have a session on health and the health system. And I know the diaspora gives back a lot to the health system. So this is going to be a session to look at the vision for health and how the diaspora can continue to support the Jamaican government and a range of stakeholders in improving healthcare on the island. So that's going to be a really good session for everyone. And so that is day one, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you feel tired already,
I
and
have
if you feel like,
yeah, it's going to be very busy. I've noticed that there is a Youth Innovation Challenge winner presentation.
yes, so during the lunch break, what it is, Rudy, is that the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council launched a little project where they allowed young people in the diaspora to make a pitch, of an innovative idea that they'd like to turn into a business. And so the winners of that competition will get a chance to speak about their project at the conference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
We want to make sure that young people are featured, and we want to make sure that they are, able to participate as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So on day two, that was just day one.
Yeah.
That was just day one. Day two, we will have the official launch of the conference, actually. So the opening ceremony is on day two, but we will start the day with a project from the Ministry of Agriculture where they will launch Eat Jamaica Day. Eat Jamaican Day, right? And so the whole idea is to get us to eat what we grow right here in Jamaica. And the Honorable Floyd Green, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, will be telling us more about the Eat Jamaican Day project that he's launching. After the launch of the Eat Jamaican Day project, we'll now have an official opening ceremony, and that will include a keynote speech by our Prime Minister, the Honorable Andrew Holness. So he'll be giving his keynote speech in the morning, and then he'll be having a walk around to look at the marketplace. So you'll be able to, if you're at the conference, I'm sure, take a picture of the Prime Minister maybe and have a chat with him as he tours the marketplace. After the opening ceremony, we go into another critical topic, which is transforming education in Jamaica, especially as we approach the digital age. Well, we're in the digital age right now, right? And so it's a matter of how is the Jamaican government preparing the education system for the rapid technological change that we see happening. And as you know, the Jamaican government has a STEM agenda. And so we'll be discussing how we can, work in partnership with the Jamaican government to ensure that Jamaica's education system is ready is future ready. Now, the Honorable Favour Williams, the Minister of Education and Youth, will be there along with other panelists, right? So as you can see, this conference is where you come to meet the government ministers because they're all there, right? So that's one big advantage of turning up at this event. After we discuss education, we will have again a luncheon, and during the luncheon, the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, also known as PICA, will be talking about how you can get your travel documents and your citizenship and so on. That's during lunch. Excuse me. And then in the afternoon, we will have a discussion on wealth creation through real estate, as well as another range of concurrent sessions. So just to clarify, when you hear me say concurrent sessions, what I mean is that there will be about 3 or so sessions running in parallel.
Yeah.
So you as a conference delegate, you as a conference delegate will have to decide which one you want to attend, right? And then you go to the different breakout rooms. So we have those as well. And then when you hear me say plenary session, now a plenary session is now where everybody is in the same room, right? And that's the only session that's on. So the plenary session on Tuesday afternoon is going to be for the youth, right? It's their agenda. They're going to be the ones leading on this. And so they'll be discussing how we can unleash the potential of Jamaican youth in the diaspora at home for sustainable development, right? And so they'll be discussing that. And it's really important that we reach out to our young people because we need to make sure that young people, especially those born in the diaspora, make sure that they're connected to the country, make sure that their identity is strongly linked to Jamaica, right? So
that's right. Vision Jamaica 2030 is designed for young people. It's their future.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So that's what that discussion will be about. And then we go back to the Minister for Agriculture with a one-to-one Riverside chat, where again he'll be discussing his vision and also, more importantly, discussing opportunities for the diaspora to invest in agriculture, fisheries, and mining, right? So it's going to lay that out in terms of the investment opportunities there.
So that's
Then we
Wednesday.
have the sports and creative industries. And look, you know, Jamaica's economy is built around our culture.
Olympics next month.
And there you go, right? So sports and the arts have been important to us, and we'll be discussing them. It's called the orange economy these days.
Okay.
And so we'll have Honorable Olivia Babsy Grains there, Minister for Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sports. We'll have Kwame McPherson, who is actually from the diaspora, who has returned to Jamaica and lives here now full time, and he's the first Jamaican to win the prestigious Commonwealth Short Story Prize. So he'll be joined by other panelists as well. So that's day 2. Now on day 3, the 19th of June, we continue, right? And so you can see so far there is a lot of topics to cover at the conference. So if you come to the conference, believe you me, you will be, you know, completely immersed in rich conversation on everything that affects Jamaica and the diaspora. So on day 3, the 19th, we will have a plenary session looking at tourism and wealth creation with Honorable Edmund Bartlett, Minister for Tourism. A lot of us look at tourism now as just, you know, especially in the diaspora, we come and we come for a holiday in Jamaica, but you can make money from tourism. And a lot of people have been using Airbnb as that kind of jump off opportunity to make money from tourism. But there's more beyond just Airbnb. There's way more beyond Airbnb in terms of opportunities to generate wealth through tourism. So we will explore that in that session. The next session now we'll look at how do we sustain diaspora engagement, which is really important. You know, I've been involved in diaspora engagement for many years, being partner Jamaica Diaspora UK, then went on to be part of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. And the government of Jamaica has always tried to have a strong engagement with the diaspora through a range of mechanisms. Now we also have the National Diaspora Policy, and an action plan is being created to implement it. So we do have a strong framework for engaging the diaspora, and this session will explore that.
Okay.
Then we have the Governor General's Achievement Awards for the diaspora. So high achievers in the diaspora, people have been doing fantastic work in the diaspora, will be recognized by the Governor General during the luncheon award ceremony. And then for Wednesday, the other main plenary session in the late afternoon, we'll be looking at constitutional reform, because as you know, Jamaica is on the path to getting rid of the king. And so there's a ongoing conversation about how best to do it. You know, do we keep the Privy Council or not? Or, you know, do we move to the Caribbean Court of Justice or not? Is it going to be an executive president or a ceremonial president? Can the diaspora vote? Will we have diaspora senators, etc., etc., etc.? And so there is a big conversation to be had around
let all ideas contend.
Well, yes, absolutely. So you know, we will be discussing all the permutations around constitutional reform, and Mrs. Emily Shields will be the moderator, attorney at law, broadcaster, joined by Honorable Merlene Malaho Fort, Minister for Legal and Constitutional Affairs, and we will have other eminent members of the panel, including constitutional law expert Professor Richard Albert. So that's day 3, and the following day, the Thursday 20th, will be Diaspora Day of Services, And so what we try to do on the Thursday is to get the diaspora members, delegates at the conference to either create their own project or join a project and give back. Most of these projects are volunteering projects. So you go there and, you know, whether it's painting a school or something else, but these are worthwhile projects where you get the opportunity to give back to the community. So really, that's the program in a nutshell. And as you can see, there's a lot going on at the conference. And so I trust everyone will see that we've tried to cover all the main topics that affect them.
Okay, so just again, as a roundup summary, just to give everybody those last details. So the event is the 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. The theme is United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity and Youth Empowerment. The event dates are Sunday the 16th through to Wednesday the 19th. And then on the Thursday, the 20th, is the Diaspora Day of Service. The location is the Montego Bay Convention Center. The conveners for this conference is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. And the early bird rates are still valid until Wednesday, the 5th of June. And the full, so therefore, from Thursday, the 6th of June, it will be the full rate. And all the information is on the Diaspora Conference ja.eventbrite.com. And as you mentioned before, you could just type in Diaspora Conference JA into Eventbrite, and you'll get all the information you require. So, Kevin, last word with you before we close.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rudy, for having me on, and for giving me the opportunity to talk more about the Diaspora Conference in Montego Bay. My final words will just be to encourage the diaspora to come and learn more about how you can get involved in Jamaica. You know, we have to claim our right to our country. A lot of times you hear the diaspora complain about other people coming in and owning Jamaica. And I'm saying to them that there are opportunities now for you to claim your piece of the rock, and the conference will provide you with the information required to do so, whether it is purchasing property or making investments in business. Or if you just want to be purely philanthropic and give back in your own way, then that opportunity will be there as well. So do come out. This is our 10th Diaspora Conference. We've been doing these conferences for a while now, and they have proven to be very important vehicles for the diaspora to connect with the government and the private sector, who will all be there. So I look forward to seeing you all in Montego Bay in June.
Thank you very much, and good night. And this program will be rebroadcast on Fresh FM Radio London for the rest of the week. Thank you.